Hello everyone, good day. So today we will discuss about the banking approach. These are some questions that can be answered in our report. So for the first question is what is banking approach? Second is who is Paulo Freire? Third one is why banking approach re-envisioning by Paulo Freire? What are the banking approach as model of education? And the last one is what are the assumptions of banking approach in teaching? So let's start. So, what is banking approach? The banking model of education is an approach that sees students as containers into which knowledge is deposited by teachers. The teacher narrates and the students listen. The teacher disciplines and the students are disciplined. The teacher chooses and the students comply. The teacher acts and the students observe. Next is the banking approach also is a concept of education is a metaphor created by Paulo Freire for a teaching style where teachers deposit knowledge into students' mind like there are piggy banks. Freire claimed this approach, which was common in the 20th century, sees students as passive learners who are given no scope for creative freedom or critical thinking. So, ano nga ba ang banking approach? So, ang banking approach is more on facilitator-centered ito. Why? It's because sinasabi nga dito, yung mga mind ng students ay para na lang mga piggy banks. Kasi nga, yung teacher is discuss lang ng discuss. They share their knowledge and thoughts about their lessons, but hindi nila hinihingi ang mga opinion or ang mga baka merong ideya yung mga estudyante nila. It's because facilitator centered nga eh. Nagdi-discuss lang sila, sinasabi lang nila yung information na alam nila na kahit hindi nila sinasabi sa estudyante kung tama pa ba ito or mali. So, yung estudyante is walang magawa. It's because they need to listen. At saka, ang banking approach also is nagsuspoon feed. Ito yung sinasabi na nag-spoon feed ang mga teachers sa mga estudyante nila. It's because sila lang yung pwedeng magbigay ng mga information or mga ideas na nalalaman nila about to their lesson. Hindi nila hinihingi yung mga opinion ng mga estudyante nila. So, for the next slide is, who is Paulo Freire? So, Paulo Regulus Neves Freire was born on September 1921, and he died May 2, 1997. Paulo Freire is a Brazilian educator, Christian socialist, political activist, scholar, and philosopher who was a leading advocate of critical pedagogy. He is best known for his influential work Pedagogy of the Oppressed, which is generally considered one of the foundational texts of the critical pedagogy movement. Freire lived among poor rural families and laborers. He gained a deep understanding of their lives and of the effects of socioeconomics on education. Freire's family fell into poverty when he was young. After his father died, he struggled in school and later started that his struggles to learn in poverty shaped his Marxist political beliefs. So, si Paulo Freire yung si Paulo Freire, ano ba ang papel niya dito sa banking approach? Kasi si Paulo Freire is siya yung isa sa mga philosopher na nag-disagree sa kung ano talaga yung main idea or main point ng banking approach. It's because para kay Paulo Freire, dapat maging fair lang yung students at saka teacher. So, for the next slide, why banking approach re-envisioning by Paulo Freire? So, ito na nga. Instead of tacitly promoting oppressive relationships through the banking method of education, Freire chooses the process of critical pedagogy at his pedagogical model. This is because critical pedagogy utilizes dialogue among human beings who are equals rather than oppressive impositions. And then next one is Brazilian educator Paulo Freire argues that the purpose of education is to liberate human potential and thus is much more than a teacher simply depositing information into the mind of a learner. So, bakit nga ba nire-envision ni Paulo Freire yung banking approach? Kasi nga, ito nga, sinasabi niya dito na ang mga human beings ay kailangan maging equal lang. So, rather than the oppressive imposition. So, ano ba tong oppressive imposition? So, sila yung mga tao na kung sa political aspect pa is sila yung mga diktador, it's because they don't listen to the other people. They just listen to themselves. So ito yung pinapahiwatig ni Paulo Freire kung bakit kailangan i-re-envision yung banking approach. Hindi kailangan spoon feed lang yung estudyante, hindi kailangan na ang teacher lang yung may sabihin, or ang teacher lang yung pwedeng mag-discuss through cycle of sa pagkaklase. It's because kasi 'di ba nga sinasabi nga na kung ang teacher may natuturo sa mga estudyante, yung mga estudyante ay may naituturo rin sa mga teacher. Yun yung gustong ipahiwatig ni Paulo Freire sa pag-re-envision niya ng banking approach. So for the next slide is, as you can see to this picture, ito yung example ng banking approach. Kung nakikita nyo, yung teacher, siya yung pinagmumulan ng knowledge or ng information ng mga estudyante niya or yung mga taong nakapalibot sa kanya. So, kung nakikita nyo, mayroong mga estudyante na natututo. It's because they are fast learner. At meron din namang mga estudyante na hindi pa nila alam At meron din namang estudyante na hindi nila alam kung tama pa ba yung dinidiscuss ng teacher nila o kung saan banda yung tama at mali sa dinidiscuss ng teacher nila. Marami pang katanungan sa isip nila. At meron din namang walang pakialam kasi nga may mga estudyante na sa pagkakaalam nila pag spoon feed mo sila ng mga information is wala lang, makikinig lang sila kasi wala naman silang pwedeng gawin na iba kundi makinig lang. Hindi sila pwedeng mag-share ng kanilang thoughts. It's because yun yung main point ng banking approach sa mga estudyante. So for the last slides is these are some of the assumption of the banking approach. So Freire outlines the 10 defining features of the banking approach as model of education. So for the first one is the teacher teaches while the students are taught. The second one is the teacher knows everything while the students are ignorant. The third one is the teacher thinks while the students are thought about. Next is the teacher narrates and the students listen. Fifth one is the teacher disciplines and the students are disciplined. The sixth one is the teacher chooses and the students comply. The teacher acts and the students observe. 8 is the teacher sets the curriculum and the students adapt to it. 9 is the teacher claims authority to oppress the students. And last is the teacher is the subject while the students are objects. So, ito nga 'di ba, sinasabi na yung teacher ang magse-set ng curriculum at kailangan lang yung i-adapt ng mga estudyante. It's because wala silang choice kundi i-adapt lang yung kung ano yung tinuturo sa kanila. And then, dito din sinasabi na kailangan yung teacher is sila yung nag-a-act. Lahat, sila yung, ang lahat ng performance is nasa teacher. So, yung student is, all they need to do is to observe. And then, for example din, may kailangang ipagawa sa kanila yung mga teacher nila. So, yung teacher pa rin yung masusunod at kailangang i-comply lang yun lahat ng mga estudyante. So, lagi lang natin tandaan na ang main point or ang main idea ng banking approach is para spoon feed ng mga teacher yung mga student nila at yung mga student is they need to listen and wala silang kaalam-alam kung tama pa ba or mali yung mga tinuturo ng teacher nila. It's because all they need to do is to listen and observe. That would be all. Thank you. Good day and thank you everyone.